Hi y'all. So today is, I think, December the 14th. I have some updates. Right off the bat, I have been terminated from Amazon. Yeah, you heard that right. I've been terminated. Let's get into this. Now, y'all know since this whole situation, so back in July, I used to work at a delivery station warehouse. I was an Alpha associate, and they basically said that the Alpha Associate program was going away. And with the Alpha Associate is basically like, it was like a Flex Associate. We basically just had to sign up for at least one shift per month to stay active. So they got rid of that. And at that time, there were no openings at the warehouse for me to apply for. So once I got my termination letter from that one, now that was a good termination. It was just, anytime you are let go from Amazon, whether you do it or they do it, is considered a termination. Whether it's voluntary or involuntary, they consider it a termination. So you guys know, and I will link the videos up above in iCard. So I went through the process of, I wanted to dive back into Amazon. Like, I have my full-time job, yes, but I like getting out the house. So I ended up applying for Amazon Prime now. And I started that in August. So that was like a quick turnaround time. And if you guys know, if you don't know, I'm gonna link them up above. I had 2 incidents so far where I'm just like, one, I thought I was getting fired. Like, I was just so emotional because they were like, oh, your rates are like, your pick rate is not the best. And if you guys don't know, Prime Now is basically the grocery delivery option, but you're in the warehouse. I don't work at Whole Foods, so it's a little bit different. I'm not in a store, but it's in a warehouse, and we're just picking the customers' orders there. All right, so what's going on? So that was the first incident where I got pulled aside, and they were like, your rates are low, got to pick it up. I did that, no problem. The second time was same type of situation. They were like, oh, you were inactive for this amount of time. Just like, we're real sticklers, or they, higher ups, are sticklers in regards to making sure you're active, like scanning something. So basically being productive. And the representative was, or the manager on duty was like, you had inactivity throughout your shift for at least 20 minutes, and that can be cause for termination. And I'm like, hold up. That's not my fault, because in the beginning of that shift, there was an issue. They wanted us to do something, but what they wanted us to work on, they didn't do their part. So yeah, I will link that one above. So that's strike 2 for me, right? All right. Kind of stopping here, let me switch to something else. Now, if you guys know Amazon, I feel like it's a wonderful place to work for, but you have to stay on them. Like HR, you have to stay on them. Whether you're applying for Amazon and you're not getting your results back from your background check, or they're not updating their systems that they got the information. Because I know when I was hired originally back in 2018, I had to call ERC, which is the HR department, and ask them, did you have any updates? It was coming close to the 2-week mark that they said it can take up to receive, like your drug test results as well as your background check. And they say, oh yeah, we had it, we just got to update the system. So I'm just saying that there's some miscommunications with HR all across the board, whether it's when you're working, your initial onboarding, all of that. I think that department needs to do better. With that being said, if you guys know, I mentioned that I was going to be converted into a blue badge. So I wrote down the dates. Originally, back on August 22nd, they just sent out an email saying that at my location, all seasonal employees were going to be converted to a blue badge. So blue badge means you're permanent and you get extra benefits. The only extra benefit for me, because I'm still considered part-time, would have been the associate discount. That's the only difference for me, and I explained that in another video, what the difference would be for me. So they was like, on August 22nd, they said, as of September 13th, you'll be converted. Didn't happen. Then it came out again saying, oh, update, as of October 4th, you'll be updated as a blue badge. That didn't happen. Eventually, and I couldn't find the email, but eventually, as of November, I forgot the date, I think it was like November 15th or somewhere around there, got my blue badge. Woohoo! Okay, Candace, good. Now, you guys already know I'm on strike 3 with Amazon, right? Like, this is my feelings towards how things are working and just in general. As I mentioned, I like the job. I love the job. I like working for Amazon. Both positions, whether I was working at the sortation or the delivery warehouse or Prime Now, I do like working for Amazon, but management is not the best and HR is not the best. So, for the month of November, so with my Prime Now position, I have to work at least 3 shifts per month, and I have to work at least 12 hours. So for the month. So this was on my end, but they really did not specify. So let me tell you this. If you guys don't know, I was working 3 jobs. I have my full-time job, I have Kohl's, I have Amazon. So for the month of November, it was just really, really busy. So I ended up working 2 shifts early on in November. And then the very last shift to meet my qualifications, okay, I signed up for hours on Thanksgiving. Now, they were offering VTO, like when on my scanner, it was like, oh, you can get VTO. And I was there for like an hour and 45, hour and 45 minutes. Now, the other shifts I have worked thus far have been 5-hour shifts. So I'm at 10 hours previously. Now I have an hour and 45 minutes added on, and then I took VTO. So now I guess I'm short by 15 minutes. I didn't think that was going to be a big deal because previously when I used to work at the delivery station, and this could have changed by now, I don't know. As I mentioned, they got rid of the Alpha program at my old warehouse for the deliveries, the delivery station, when they always said that you are required to work at least 1 shift per month. When you did not, you would get emails saying, oh, just as a reminder, you did not meet the qualifications or the qualifications to continue working, but they would basically give you another opportunity next month to make that up. Now, being in Prime Now as of August of 2020, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but at the same time, I'm like, I signed up for at least more than 12 hours. I signed up for 15 hours. I took VTO. I didn't think me taking VTO would count against me, but it did. So what ended up happening? So this was back on, so you figure that was for November. So December rolls around and I'm on the phone that I would check my emails on. What ended up happening, I got an email saying, hey, Amazonian, unfortunately, you have not met the qualifications to stay employed with Amazon. And I'm like, what? Okay. And, they went into, if there has been, an issue or family matter, and you wish to, continue, you can write us back and we can basically make a decision. So I wrote back to them, hey, I would still like to stay employed with Amazon. I was not aware that me taking VTO would count against me. So all for the month of November, I worked. I did work 3 shifts, but I only worked 11 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm off by 15 minutes. I would like to stay employed. Going forward, I know that will count against me if I do take VTO and I don't meet the qualifications of 3 shifts per month and maximum of at least 12 working hours, because they never really specified working hours. I just thought I had to sign up and I took VTO. Cool. So that's a difference, between how I'm used to the flexibility. So this is all a learning experience. So they said you can respond to this email by December the 8th. And I did. I immediately responded as of December 6th. I got an email back from them on December 8th saying, hey, Amazonian, thank you for reaching out to us. Basically, I'm happy we're based on the same terms of making sure it's 12 working hours. You have been exempted from the November's qualifications. You are still employed with Amazon, and you will still be able to sign up for hours. Cool. Now I forgot. Last week I worked, I think it was on Monday. Now this is I think I worked on Monday. I think it was. And no problem. We finally switched over to no longer using Amazon Moments website. We are now switched over to Amazon A to Z. Very, very good. I want to do a video on that, but I don't have access to the system anymore. We'll get to that. So here I am. I think it was probably on Wednesday. I signed up for a shift on Friday evening. No issues. I'm able to get into Amazon A to Z, check everything, check new schedules and whatever. But by 7 o'clock, my shift was going to start. I get into the building. Now, I will say when I got to the building, the systems were down in our location, right? Like the Amazon Flex drivers that would, deliver the customers' grocery orders. There was a whole bunch of them out there. And once I spoke with the manager, there's like, oh, you're going to be just putting things up on the shelf from the truck because the systems are down. We can't pick any more orders. And I'm like, okay, cool. But when I walked in, try to scan my badge, nothing. So I kind of corresponded that with the system being down because I got an error message. So I'm like, okay. So I told the manager, I said, oh, my badge is not working. She said, okay, it's probably because of the system. She kind of thought it was the same thing. The system is down for our warehouse. Okay, well, next, here I am trying to log into my scanner. Type in my information. Doesn't take it. It was giving me some type of error. So I keep trying. The managers are walking around like with their heads cut off because you got the drivers kind of upset. System is down and, trying to get things back up and running. So I'm just still trying. And I'm like, man, am I typing in my wrong password? Anyways, one of the managers finally come back up. And I'm like, oh, this is the error message I'm getting. I said, I've never had this before. So she typed in my information and she's like, it shows that you're an inactive employee. And I'm like, what? How am I an inactive employee? I'm able to, as of earlier today, I was able to go on to Amazon A to Z, check everything out. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, now I'm an inactive employee. So that means why my badge is not working. So you want to call ERC because I told her that they said that I would be terminated, but and that termination would have been like a voluntary termination, so I would be able to be rehired. There wouldn't be any um waiting period at all, because I wasn't being fired on bad terms. So this is strike 3 for me, y'all. Anyway, she like, yeah, you're gonna want to call ERC. So I get in my car, call ERC, and the associate was like, yeah, you've been terminated. We sent out, you were terminated as of December the 9th. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it was, she said the letter was saying that there was a family issue. And I'm like, I ain't have no family issue. I told her what happened. I said, I got the emails to provide to you. She said, oh, we don't see those messages. I'm like, what? It's your department that was corresponding with me, but you don't see these notifications. No, we don't. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna have to appeal it, and it can take up to 24 to 48 hours. So that was as of Friday night, and I called Sunday, which was yesterday, which would have been December 13th, and still no updates. They said that the business days, 24 to 48 hours will be business days. So they said it could take up until Tuesday. Okay. So I don't have any updates at the moment, besides that I still am not able to get into Amazon A to Z, saying that my information doesn't match. Please check whatever. So right now, you guys, I am not employed at Amazon. Not on my account, because the email really definitely says that you will be exempted. So once again, it goes back into the HR department being all over the place. Okay, they tell you one thing, they do another. Like, it came out the blue. Now, the funny thing is, the termination letter came through my email yesterday. Now, you're saying I was terminated as of December the 9th. And I'm like, I never got a termination letter. Now, as of December 13th, I get a termination letter. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So I'm just like, strike 3. Now, my whole thinking is this could be a sign that, Candace, you're doing too much. You don't need Amazon. Just focus on, just your full-time job and Kohl's for right now. But I'm hopeful. I will have to update you, but Amazon is just a mess. Like, how are you going to tell me? And I know I'm going to get my job back because it's not my issue. If you tell me that I'm okay, I will still be able to, I'm still employed, and then another, like, a couple days after, I can't log into the system, my badge is deactivated and all of this stuff. It's just a mess. So I will have to update you guys. I've always felt this way about the ERC or HR department. Basically, it's human resources, that they're all over the place. Like, you have to stay on them. I shouldn't have to do an appeal. Like, I have the emails, like, right here. I would be more than happy to forward them to you. But yeah, that's where we're at. Between, even like with us being switched over to Amazon Moment, from Amazon Moment to Amazon A to Z, they give you a specific date, but they keep pushing things out, just like how they did it with my Blue Badge. They kept pushing it out 3 different times. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would like to work back at Amazon. I would like to keep my job, because it's just a nice backup to have, and I do like what I do at Amazon. But it's just like 3 times of these issues. I mean, they're separate. The 2 first ones are, basically the same issues. But this last one is just kind of put the icing on the cake. It's just like, really? But I have a ticket number and everything. Somebody's supposed to call me, so I'm still waiting for that. And I just wanted to update you guys on my Amazon termination. Like, as I mentioned, I'm hopeful that things will change around, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. So, and I'm like, hold up. Do you see that I worked earlier this week? They said, oh, yeah, yeah. I'm like, okay, making sure I get paid because I can't log on. And in the email, I sent the email back to that department that I was in communications with about the exempt and so forth. I let them know, hey, here's my ticket number. I would like to be compensated as well for your error because I signed up for these shifts. It was a 15, I said it was at an extra surge pay of $5 an hour. So we'll see how that goes. Will they compensate me for their error? Because at this point, I'm not able to pick up hours, even if I wanted to. Like, I legit walked in for my shift. It was for a 4-hour shift. I would like to be compensated for that. So I'm going to have to update you guys. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I will get some type of feedback. Does Amazon compensate? They should. They should. Seeing that I showed up for my shift that you allowed me to sign up for. Something happened on that Friday because, as I mentioned, I was able to log into Amazon Moments, look at everything, but that night I didn't check. I checked it like in the morning, but at that night, like something went through their systems and shut me out. And like, you don't know what I had to do to sign up for those hours or get to the job. So I would like to be compensated for my 4 hours. Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. All I can do is laugh. I'm frustrated, but all I can do is laugh because it's just like they never fail. Amazon never fails to disappoint. Too much drama, too much drama. Okay, well, I will talk to you guys soon, but I just wanted to update you guys on my whole dilemma, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.